Hello, 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 and welcome again to the Story Shed. And I have a story for you now, which is called The Very Big Parcel. Once upon a time, there lived an old man and his wife. They lived in a small house with a small, neat garden, and they were very contented. What's more, they had very good friends and neighbours with whom they shared everything. One day there was a knock at the door, and there stood the postman with a huge parcel in his arms. My, oh my! Exclaimed the old man to his wife as he staggered into the kitchen with the enormous load. Whatever can it be? Wondered the old woman as the two of them stared at the parcel. Perhaps it's a new set of china, she said. Or a new wheelbarrow, said he, and they began to think about all the fancy things that might be in the parcel. Well, why don't we open it and see, said the old lady at last, and so they did. They looked into the box, and at first it seemed to be totally empty. Well, I never did, cried the old man, and then he spotted something right in the corner of the box. He lifted it out into the light to examine it more carefully and discovered it was a single seed. While the old man and his wife were most upset, whereas before they were quite content, now that they thought about all the things that might have been in the box, they were bitterly disappointed by the seed. Still, said the old man at last, we'd better plant it anyway. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a nice fresh lettuce from it. So he planted the seed in the garden. Every day he watered the ground, and soon a shoot appeared. The shoot grew into a strong young plant, and then it grew taller and taller. Higher and higher it grew until it was a handsome tree. The man and his wife were excited to see fruits growing on the tree. I wonder if they're apples, the old man said. Each day he watered the tree and examined the fruits. One day he said to his wife, the first fruit is ready to pick. He carefully reached up into the tree and picked the large red fruit. He carried it into the kitchen and put it on the table. Then he took a knife and cut the fruit in half. To his astonishment, out poured a pile of gold coins. Come quickly, he called to his wife. Well, now the pair of them just danced around the kitchen for joy. The old couple decided to spend just one gold coin and keep the rest. After all, said the woman wisely, we don't know what's in the other fruits. They may be full of worms. So they spent one golden penny in the town and put the rest aside. The next day, the old man picked another big red fruit, and this too was full of gold. After that, the old couple were less careful with their money, thinking all the fruits must be full of gold. They had a wonderful time, buying fine clothes and things for the house and garden, and each day the man picked another fruit and had a grand time spending the money. But all the while the man forgot entirely to water the tree. Meanwhile, the old couple's friends and neighbours started to gossip among themselves. They wondered where all the money was coming from, and they began to resent the old couple. They noticed that the old couple didn't buy anything for their friends or even throw a party. Gradually, their friends ignored them until the old couple was left with no friends at all. But they didn't even notice because they were busy spending the gold coins. Then one day the old man looked out into the garden and saw that the tree was all withered. He rushed outside and threw bucket after bucket of water over the tree, but all to no avail. He frantically picked the fruits left on the tree, but when they took them inside, they found to their dismay that they were cracked and gnarled. When they broke open the fruits, they were full of dust. Oh, if only I had not been so thoughtless and remembered to water the tree, cried the old man in anguish. The next day the old couple looked out of the window to find that the tree had vanished. Now what were they to do? They completely neglected to take care of their garden, and now they had nothing to eat. They realized that they would have to sell their riches to buy food. Then they also needed new gardening tools, for theirs had grown rusty with neglect. As the weeks passed, the old man and his wife gradually sold all the fine things they had bought, just to keep body and soul together. They felt truly miserable and sorry for the way they treated their neighbours, for now they realized just how lonely they were without their friends. "We have no money now," said the wife one day, "but let's have a party anyway, for friendship is more valuable than any amount of gold coins." So the couple invited all their friends and neighbours round, and they had a grand party. The friends wondered what had happened to all the old couple's riches, and what had happened to make the old couple so friendly once more. But I don't think they ever found out. Do you? I hope you enjoyed the story of the Very Big Parcel. What would you expect to turn up in a very big parcel if you had one? What would you like to be in the very big parcel? Maybe you could write a story about that and send it to us at thestoryshedblog@gmail.com. That's thestoryshedblog@gmail.com. If you have any ideas how we can make the story shed better, then let us know. And if there's any stories that you'd like to hear that we haven't done so far, then also let us know that as well. And in the meantime, take very good care, be good to yourself and safe, and bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.